So right now we are currently trying to catch a couple trout. I'm still wearing the same stuff as I wore the other day, probably the previous video. Still got mud on my pants and mud on that jacket. Yeah, it's a good knot. But we're gonna try to redeem ourselves with trout. And I've got power bait this time. That's what I didn't have the other day, which was being the key factor. Everybody was catching them on power bait. So we're to a spot where they just had stocked it here pretty recently. So we got power bait, we got spinners, and it's starting to rain just a little bit, which kind of stinks.
And
but
I'm gonna catch my first trout.
But yeah, today's mission, we're gonna try to catch her first trout and get a couple so we can cook them up for dinner. So it's gonna be the mission for today. I'm excited. I gotta tie my rod up, put the weights on it, and we should be good. We got power bait turbo, 42% stronger. That's what Emily's gonna be using, and I guess I'm gonna start out with just like the regular pink salmon looking power bait. Hopefully we can catch a fish on this. Yesterday I was using strictly spinners. So everybody was catching them on this power bait. So if something's working, I guess don't change it. So that's what we're going to, it's power bait. And hopefully we can catch a couple. If it doesn't work on power bait, I brought spinners and a few other lures that we can use as well. And hopefully we can get on them. We're gonna rig these rods up and get to fishing. You gonna get a whiff of that, guys? Power bait. So I guess we're gonna see which power bait's better. Salmon. I don't know how you guys pronounce it. Salmon.
L salmon.
You say salmon sometimes.
I do not.
But
Depends.
I guess it's gonna be a little challenge. Which power bait is better? The pink, the all pink, or the pink and the yellow? I guess we'll figure it out.
My bet is pink and yellow because it gets its attention.
I'm going for that pink stuff that I got, that salmon color.
Okay, so
Because the guy that I was fishing with yesterday, or that was beside me, he was tearing them up on that colored power bait. He was like, that's the power bait that I always take, that color. So we'll do a little challenge, see which one's better. That's good.
So do I leave it or do I roll it?
Leave it. Basically what you're gonna do, you're just gonna have it sit and it's gonna slowly float down, and it's gonna kind of look like the bait that they used to eat in the fish hatchery, or like an egg. They'll go after it. So just wait, and then you'll feel like a little nibble, or your line's gonna get tight, and then just slowly reel down. Don't set the hook. You should be good. Now we're gonna get our rod in the water.
Weston just pulled the tip off of him.
It's actually kind of scary. I guess it didn't get cold enough this winter to really kill them. Nasty. Maybe some trout bait. So currently, we haven't had the first bite on the old trusty power bait, which I'm very surprised actually, because they were tearing them up on power bait the other day. So Emily's taking a break right now, and
she's angry.
we've both been. She's been throwing that yellow power bait, and I'm still throwing that salmon colored. But I'll probably switch up to a spinner here pretty soon and give it a go. Oh, I had a bite. Oh, I had another bite.
Ooh, I see it.
But I just had two. I felt like the rod got like that twice. So, I mean, if it's catching fish, I'll keep throwing. You see the rod?
No.
The rod is like doo, doo. Oh, it already had a fish. Is that recording?
Yeah.
I think I just have really, really bad luck with trout fishing. I don't know. Currently, we're getting rained out, so we're gonna sit in the car for just a little bit and hope it leaves, but no fish yet, sadly. We switched from power bait to spinners and Still nothing. I had those 2 little nibbles and that's about it. So we're gonna take a little break and try to let the rain pass. Trout fishing, I guess it's not my forte because I can never catch them. So, I don't know. I don't know how to catch them. I don't know what to do. I'm just a bad trout fisherman, I guess.
To a different location tomorrow.
Yeah, if I get skunked again today, 2 days not catching fish, we're gonna go to a different spot. Yeah, it's really starting to come down.
Ducks.
We gotta go. It's starting to rain. Ah! It's starting to pour. Hey guys, those are some cool looking ducks. It makes me want to get ducks again. I had ducks for a little bit, but I sold them. All right, it's really starting to pour. I'll pick you guys up in a little bit.
Hello.
Hey, do you know where the trout are or know how to catch them? Yeah, me neither.
Okay.
How was your, I guess it's your second time fishing for trout? Is it your second?
Third to Counting Potts Creek.
Third. So how was your third trout fishing experience, even though we got rained out early?
I don't like that spot because we never catch anything there.
I've caught 1 fish there. I'm starting to think that I'm just a bad trout fisherman. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but other than that, was it kind of fun?
It was fun.
It'll be a lot more fun when you actually catch a fish. So that's what the goal for tomorrow is. That's what the goal for today was, and the goal for yesterday was to catch a fish, and we still haven't done that. But besides the point of that, tomorrow we're headed to a new spot, and hopefully we can hook up to a fish. Hopefully get her a trout, and bring a couple back to the house so we can cook them up. Second day of trout fishing. You excited?
Yep.
Okay, so we're back for our second day of trout fishing. We're trying to redeem ourselves, and we got power bait, we got spinners, and we're at a new spot. This is actually the spot where I had that 1 fish. I'm almost dropping the power bait. This is the spot where I had that 1 fish. It's right down that curve. Get off, and it was on the GoPro. I think it's my last video, but we're gonna try, get after it, and catch some fish today. This is the spot. There was also a bunch of people last time I was down here where I lost that fish. A bunch of people was catching them right here, so we'll give it a try, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get on to some trout and get them cooked up for this evening.
Look, just for me.
Hopefully this is a good spot. It looks good. Emily's got a spinner on right now, and I'm just gonna throw, it's like a little power bait thing, but Emily's gonna throw the spinner for right now, and hopefully we can get one on either this or that. But we'll get to fishing and see which one catches fish, if we do. So currently we are moving to a new spot. Right down there is where I lost that fish yesterday. We fished over there for probably 40 minutes or so. I guess we're gonna drop down right here and hopefully don't fall. But we'll toss the power bait and just kind of let it drift right there. And that's what we didn't want to do. The video before this where I showed my butt dirty, that's literally the hill that I fell down, the exact hill. This is a good spot, and the older gentleman I was talking to yesterday said it was a really good spot. I didn't catch any, I had one get off, but we'll give it a shot today and hopefully put Emily on her first trout. And she's stuck.
I dare you.
Well, let me go untangle her. Momentary commercial break. So we're currently moving spots again. So no fish down there. I think we are just really bad at trout fishing, or there's no trout.
We're better at hunting.
I think we're gonna go up above where we parked the car. Give it a shot there. So see what happens.
I'm a big hunter too, man. I got deer. I kill a deer. I got a deer in my freezer. And,
we eat deer all the time. You might as well show them the one you killed.
I eat that
2
deer.
years ago.
I eat off a deer all year, you know.
Yeah.
I killed a big 10-pointer.
She killed, it was a big 12 2 years
man.
ago. Scored 164 and 3/8.
Oh, dang,
It was a giant.
That's the fun.
Absolute
That's
giant.
fun.
My grandparents live out in Kansas, so we go bow hunting in Kansas.
Dang, man,
Dude,
you got
it's
it made.
awesome. It is awesome. Yeah.
My heart wouldn't be able to stand something like that.
So.
Y'all take care.
Alrighty, y'all have a good evening.
Yeah, you welcome.
We'll see you.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank
you.
It's pretty crazy when you come out, especially fishing, and you see people that you know or that they know you. That's how it was the previous day, and that's how it was today. We saw her family, and then this other guy comes up, and what
He
I'm about to
just
tell
now
you is
walked
kind of
up.
crazy. He just now walked up. It's probably the previous clip of us talking to him, but he ended up giving us 3 fish, so now we're not going to go hungry because we can't catch any trout. But he gave us the ins and the outs, and here it is. He gave us the secret sauce. This is how to catch them. So it's this peach power bait. He's saying that's what they're hitting on, and that's what he caught these 3 fish on. He came down here and we were talking to him, and apparently he knows her mom and dad and like a bunch of her family, which is kind of crazy. And we got to talking to him for a while.
He
But-
is the uncle of my mom's childhood best friend.
So basically, he was saying that he'll go and catch a bunch of fish. He still loves getting out and catching fish, but he really doesn't eat them that much anymore. So he'll just walk up and down the bank and seeing if anybody wants them, which I'll be more than glad to take them. I just wanted other people to get their chance to take fish, but he said just take them all. So we ended up getting 3 fish. Three.
Fish.
Can't talk. 3 good-sized trout to be able to cook up this evening, which is awesome. He said he also catches a bunch and does like fish fries for his church, so that's awesome. It's cool being able to see people doing that and getting out and just being giving. It was awesome. He's big into hunting, and we showed him the deer that Emily killed, and he was pretty blown away about it. So I don't know if we've showed him your deer. I'll insert a picture of your deer right here. We're gonna get back to fishing. I'm gonna use some of that secret bait that he gave us, and hopefully we can catch one of our own. If not, we still have a backup, and we'll be able to do a catch, clean, and cook at the end of this video. I'm gonna take a permanent break from trout fishing for forever. I literally just went through that whole thing.
Are you serious what he gave us?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm one great fisherman, guys. Okay, so I'm going back to the spinner. I'm gonna cast a couple times and then we're gonna leave. We have trout, but I don't know, it doesn't feel as successful because we didn't catch them. That guy was nice. I'm really appreciative because we would be starving in a survival situation because I didn't catch us anything. But I'm gonna cast this a few more times and hope for the best. If not, we'll catch you guys while we're cooking, or when we're cooking. Hey guys, it's the next day and we're about to cook up these trout. I think we're gonna cook the biggest one and cook it on the grill. So all I gotta do, I've had them soaking overnight in some salt water, and just kind of helps pull some of that blood and some of that blood and like the icky stuff off. So I'm just gonna get it washed off, and good thing to do also is wipe them down so they're dry. It just helps the seasoning stick a little bit better. Now we'll dry it off, and I'm gonna go ahead and cook the whole fish, and we're gonna wrap it in tin foil and then stick it on the grill. So after I dried the fish off, I went back and descaled it. Forgot to do that, so went ahead and did that, and I also cut off some of those fins down below and took out the rest of those gills. So what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna grab some olive oil and lightly drizzle it right on top. We're gonna do both sides. And then just get your hands dirty and just rub it all in. over top of the fish. So I've got an assortment of seasonings out right now. I kind of threw together a bunch of stuff that I thought would be good on it. I got some fresh lemon that we're gonna use. I got lemon pepper, basil. I got some black pepper, salt, and a little bit of paprika that I'm gonna use. So we're gonna go ahead and season up the fish. And what I'm gonna do with that lemon, I'm just gonna lay it on top and then probably a couple pieces in the inside of it. Get some pepper. Throw some basil in there. Okay, now that we got those seasonings on, I'm gonna cut some lemon slices. Just do some thin slices of lemon right on top. Probably lay it right across. A couple couple pieces in the inside. This last little bit, I'm just gonna go ahead and squeeze over top. Put my hands there just so the seeds don't go down on it. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna add some butter over top of this. So I'm usually pretty generous when it comes to butter, and trout just makes it taste better. Keeps the meat nice and moist for you. Alright, once you have all that done, now comes the easy part. All you're going to do is wrap this up in foil. I'm sure there's no scientific way in wrapping a fish up in foil, so I think I'm going to double wrap it as well. Just twist that. And there you go. That's what you're gonna throw on the grill. So we're gonna go ahead and heat up the grill and get this on there. So we've had the grill heating up for a little bit now, and we're gonna go ahead and stick the fish on. I got it on like a medium heat, and it shouldn't take but maybe 10 minutes or so. And we also have trout eggs in the fridge. I'm gonna try to get Emily to try them. I've had them before, they're really not bad. I usually just eat them with a cracker. So we'll do that once this is on. It'll kind of be like the pre-meal before we get to try this trout. Is it recording? Mm-hmm. Alright, so I've had the trout eggs in here, just in a saltwater brine, and I'm gonna go ahead and drain it out. Get Emily to try them. You wanna try it?
Not really.
See what it tastes like? That's drained out. That's what they look like. I mean, it's actually really pretty, and doesn't taste bad at all. Normally I eat this with like I don't know, it's like a Mexican chip, like a salted tortilla chip.
No.
Yeah, that's what it's called, a tortilla chip.
Okay.
That's what I usually eat it with, and all we have is these like Ritz cracker things. So you just get a little bit, and it's just gonna taste kind of like salty. I don't even know the consistency or anything of it. It's different, but it's really not bad. Just like salty. It's really, really different. So I'm gonna get Emily to try it and see what she thinks of it.
It has a little bit of fish taste, but it mainly just tastes like salt.
It's really not bad. So hopefully this is not burnt. I was out trying to shoot a crow in the front yard, but we'll open this up. It looks a little bit crispy, but shouldn't be too bad. I tried saving as much skin as I could, but where it cooked, it was just sticking to that tin foil, but this is how it turned out. Turned out amazing. It's literally just falling apart. It took me and Emily trying to get it out of the tin foil without it completely falling apart, but my mouth is watering. This is gonna be so good. So there's lemon slices. Looks like it just cooked straight into the meat. Now it should just peel. Oh my gosh. It's just falling apart. Good grief. Oh my gosh. That is so good. And normally with these fish, what I like to do, when I cook them whole, you can just run your fork right down it and peel that meat straight from the bones, and you won't hardly get any bones. It is a trout. If you don't fillet them, I've never filleted a trout and got all the bones out, but usually what I'll do is just run my fork down, and then you'll be able to get delicious pieces of meat like this. So, man, that's good. Oh my gosh. I'll switch with you. It's so tender.
That is really good. And I didn't like trout last time.
She doesn't usually eat trout. She just doesn't like picking through the bones, but this is insanely good, and it's so tender. It's literally just falling apart. So, wow, I'm very impressed. I guess we're going to eat the rest of this. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like it. Leave a comment down below on future ideas that you'd like me or Emily to film. And also remember that I post on Wednesdays and Sundays at 7 p.m. Hit the little notification bell. It's right beside the subscribe button, so you'll be notified when I post a new video. Thanks for watching this one, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.